And welcome everyone. It is John the Net Guy. It is Tech on Tuesday number 37. Very glad you could join me here. I had to learn something today. When you're about to start your show, make sure that you have your flagship sponsor's product in your studio. It was kind of funny. I had to run up and grab this. This is in my bathroom. This, by the way, everybody, is our sponsor tonight, Vikicon. Vikicon, like Viking on. Vikicon, and it is a cordless beard straightener. Now, they finally recognize the glory of the beard, so I can't fault them for that. Just want to thank everybody that showed up today. I'm going to get this thing preheating because there's something really cool about this product, which is it's cordless. So you don't have to have a cord. You can take this camping with you. You can take it on travel, on business. Very, very simple to operate. Let me show you again how this works. Just on the side, you hit the button here. That's going to turn the unit on, hopefully. There we go. And you can set the different temperatures. In this case, it's got the Celsius temperatures you can see there. I know I'm on level 2 on it, which is actually 180 degrees Celsius, 356 Fahrenheit for those counting at home. Put that over here. We'll get that started because I did not straighten my beard, but I did straighten my beard the other day, and wow, it was so cool. My wife was like, "That's new." I think she's kind of gotten used to the scruffy everywhere. I've recorded some YouTube videos with stragglers just hanging off the side. It's annoying, but with this straightener, I've been able to come up with a completely new style, which is pretty cool. Excited about that. I'm going to check the chat real quick, see who is already joining us. I see we got people already joining. Thank you guys so much for your patience here. Got a loaded show for you tonight. Literally everything I could throw in here in the kitchen sink. If I could throw one in, I would. We're talking about outdoor living. That's the subject of the show. It's going to be a really cool show because we just finished our outdoor living space. And so I want to share that with you. I want to share you some of the cool products, maybe give you some ideas of cool products that you might consider using in an outdoor living space. How do you find out about all of the cool stuff that I've got? Well, you got to go to my Amazon show page. If you look down here, amazon.com/shop/the net guy. If you visit there, let me show you what you're going to see. Bring up my browser here for you. It's going to look something like this. It's going to have the products. If I'm live, you're going to get an option to view my show right there. I have not hit the live button yet, but go here to idea lists. If you go to idea lists, this breaks out all of the different shows and what I got that's cool. If you click on this outdoor living, these are the products that I'm going to show you today, and I'll give you a hint. Some of them were on an excellent deal. A couple of them were on a really, really good sale right now. And then I have to say, again, our other sponsor for the entire month is actually GoTrax. So if you're interested in winning one of those GoTrax scooters, it's actually the GXL V2. If you're interested in winning that scooter, the drawing's going to be on October 11th. So there's a URL down there below just for entry. I don't contact you. I don't do anything, but need that so I can let you know if you won. So just checking the chat. Give me a shout out if you're here. I'm going to let the Amazon folks in because they've been very patient. But Amazon and I have had some issues recently. Starting up the show here. Going to go to my Amazon Live creator app here, and I'm going to let them in. Give them access to what you guys have already been seeing here. Well, hello, says Pinky Tech. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know that the chat is working. You always wonder about that. There we go. And 3, 2, 1. We're going to welcome our Amazon folks in. They're on like a pretty significant delay, so they're probably already seeing from a few seconds ago. But thank you guys that are just joining from Amazon. You guys are on a little bit of a delay, but our first product up here tonight is going to be this beard straightener. It is really, really cool to see this thing in operation. It's already warmed up here, so you can see that. I'm going to try to both cameras at once so you can see how I'm doing this. Now, my beard, if you take a look at it, it's all over the place. And so when that light, the white light in here goes solid, that means it's ready. Now, let me see if I can get this close enough for you guys to see it here without unplugging everything. It's brother. The way I do this, I just start at the top and I slowly work down. And I try not to talk when I do this. And what it is doing is it's actually heating the hair. It's not going to burn it. Uh, my wife, she's totally into straightening her hair. So what it's doing is it's starting to go through those beard hairs and it's starting to straighten them out. It's not damaging them. It is not waterproof. I got to point that out here. So you can already see it's starting to straighten out up there. This process takes about 5 to 10 minutes total. And you could rush it, but if you go up here, I'm just going to bring that down so you guys can see what it's doing. So it is actually straightening out all the wispies, all the flyaways I got up going on here. Now what's cool about it is you're not going to burn yourself. So all of the heat is concentrated at the bottom of the bristles. I could feel it. It's actually, my beard's warm already. But what it's doing is it's going to give you this really cool straight look when you're done. And then you can apply all your products. So this is not waterproof. Don't come out of the shower and go, okay, I'm just going to go straight in with this. Go ahead and, again, use it very carefully here. And I'm going to go just nice and slow again down here. I'm trying not to have like the half straight beard. So all my recordings for today will do that. The other thing I like to do is, you can see it already. It's already straightening out the craziness that was my beard on this side at least. Another thing I like to do is start from underneath. And yeah, let it go out through there from underneath. And get those other crazy hairs underneath there so that they can get straightened too. But once you do this, the results are pretty amazing. Let me show you what that is. I didn't have a chance to do it all here. Oh, you can already see. So you've got straighter on this side already. You can see those. And you got crazy on this side. Okay, let me at least fix that. So it's pretty slick. Let me know if you know any other crazy YouTubers with beards. What your favorite bearded YouTuber is. That's probably a cheat because I know who mine is. And you can adjust this. Like I said, it has 3 different temperature levels. If you've got finer hair, this is awesome. See how straightening it's getting it? Oh, that's great. Let's see if I can show you that. The transformation is crazy. So they're all straightening out here. Again, it's got 3 different temperature levels, 160, 180, and 200 degrees Celsius max. And those are enough to help straighten the hair, not chemically. So you're just using heat and the residual moisture. There we go. Yeah. Another couple things. You notice my beard got longer. It's pretty cool, man. I love it. So yeah, it definitely can extend the length of your beard when you're doing this. Let me show you some photos. This is cool. I'm going to put this down for a second just so I can pull up the photos, and then I'll show you what's inside the box. We'll do a top down. I actually did photos. We just finished our bathroom remodel, and I did take a few pictures of this, so I wanted to show you. And I don't have, unfortunately, I was not smart enough to create like a perfect before picture, so you're just going to have to trust me on this. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to share a Chrome tab. And there you go. And I got to hit the share button so you can see it. So there you go. There's my Google Photos. There's my beard when I've gotten it a little bit straighter. And then there was the whole who wore it better, right? So this is actually an Afghan hound, but very happy with the results here. Now, a couple people are like, wow, that's a lot more gray, John. That's, again, lighting in that bathroom. But did a really, really good job of straightening my beard. And I didn't put any product in yet, but you can get just crazy with the styling. Bad Seed Tech was one of the other. I wonder if I can pull him up. He's one of my other favorite YouTubers. I need to send one of these to him. Let's see. Bad Seed Tech. If you guys have not seen his channel, he has got a glorious man mane, as we call them. Let's see if I can pull this up without getting a copyright strike on my video. See, oh yeah, here it is. Okay, let me close a few of these out, and then I will show you guys one of my favorite beards on the internet. Here we go. I'm going to share with you this window. Oh, actually, you know what? Sorry, it's going to take me 2 more clicks to get there. I wanted to show you something, and I have to do it a little bit different here. Now we're using Restream. So window is Bad Seed Tech. Share that. Got to go back over here, enable it. So this is his. Hopefully you guys can see this. there is his meticulously groomed beard. And so again, I have aspirations in life. I can keep on straightening like this, and someday I think I might get close. What do you think? Oh, it's not going to let me show it unless I'm on that tab. Okay, so what do you think? Am I going to get there someday? I just need a lot more gray, I think is what's going on here. Maybe I need to send him one of these beard straighteners, because that could look really cool if he's not already using one already. Now, I have used one of these before, and I did have a complaint on it. I had a corded one. It didn't have the precise temperature control. Got way too hot. Now you can see that's just looking awesome. I'm ready for a night on the town. Don't tell my wife. No, it's with her. It's with her. But yeah, so that's how I straightened my beard. I didn't like the other one that was a wall plug, because one, you were stuck to a wall. Two, it didn't have precise temperature control, and it just started making my hair get all flyaways and all sorts of crazy stuff. So once you've got something like this, let me see if I've got my show comb here. So you're still going to have to do a little bit of work tuning it all up. So you're still going to do some tune-up work. You're going to get, but it brushes so much nicer now. So again, for a guy that hasn't paid for a haircut like myself in a little over a decade and a half, it's a pretty cool system. So hopefully you guys like that. Practically twins with bad seed tech. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I would love to do that. So again, that's the product you're checking out in the carousel. It's from VikicCon. They are our sponsor today for today's show. I need to say hello to everybody. Hello, everyone. So if you are on the Amazon page right now, you're getting to see that product. Let's start talking about some of the other stuff that I've got. Exciting stuff today. We're going to talk about outdoor living and an outdoor living space that I put together. First product I am going to pull up in that show prep and that show area. Let me show you how to turn this off. Sorry. So to turn this off, you'd simply hold down the button again until the lights go out, and you're good to go. Now, I would let it cool off for a little bit, but honestly, you can touch this and you're not burning. So they've really done a good job shielding it. You can throw the top back on just like that. Throw that in your bag or somewhere. I'm going to put this off to the side. We're going to revisit them at the end of the show. So I want to keep them handy. But I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to share my Amazon page. We're going to take a look at the Amazon page for that product, and then we'll go from there. So let's share that. Okay, so if we're looking at the VikicCon, here's what it is on Amazon right now, $39.99. 20% off brings it down to $30, which is a pretty good price here for something, especially the portability of it, the fact that it's going to have those batteries, that are it says a 4,000 amp hour battery, milliamp hour battery. So that's 4 amp hours. That's pretty decent sized battery to create heat like that. So absolutely, very cool product from them. Let's go back. I'm going to show you the closest product I could get to the gazebo that we have. Now, when you're shopping for outdoor living, looking for a gazebo, my friend started this trend. We go over, we have cigars and drinks in his gazebo, but he said, you got to get a metal roof. Now, we're in Seattle area. Metal roof makes all the difference. The other thing is you got to get a double layer roof if you want to be able to have heat year round in there. Now, we ended up putting a fire table in ours. This is the closest one I could find on Amazon that had great reviews, and it was a 10 by 13. So this is an all metal one. Now we have wood, you'll see in some of the pictures of ours, but very, very close style on this one. And the 10 by 13, definitely plenty of room if you're looking for entertaining and having guests in that space. You're not going to feel claustrophobic. 10 by 13 is actually 2 feet bigger than my entire studio, believe it or not. So it's definitely in an outdoor living space. It's huge. So this one, I saw the pictures of it. It is the closest one I could get to mine with the all metal construction. And this one, mine did not come with the mosquito netting and the outer curtains, the privacy curtains. In Washington, we get lots of rain, so I needed to at least block off one wall. If you're in Florida or one of those other states, like, poor Pinky Tech, who might be in, Atlanta area, he is just dying from bugs and humidity. But that might be where the netting would be good for mosquito netting. Lots of cool stuff here. The support on these, I believe I read in here that it supports like 2,000 pounds on the roof. So snow loading, all that other stuff is not going to be a problem. And then you can mount those legs as they're showing here. You can mount those into concrete for extra strength as well. So this is the rough dimensions of it. You're seeing, what kind of furniture layout you might be able to put in there. We actually have a 5-piece total, so we got 2 separates, 2 little rockers, and a fire pit in there. So just taking a quick look at the chat here. Jake reviews. That is something I want to get work on. It's in a small patio, but not large enough to buy something. East Oak sent me heaters as well. Great company. A little jealous of the entertainment provided. These companies don't work with me. Oh, okay. You got it. You got it. No worries, my friend. Yeah. Jake reviews. Another great Amazon Live reviewer. If you haven't checked him out, feel free to drop a link there, Jake, in the chat if you'd like, to your stuff. Another cool guy. Other thing we want to talk about is ventilation. Again, if you're in Seattle like I am, it's going to get stuffy in this thing unless you have some airflow. So again, the ability to keep an area open is really cool. That's another thing I liked on this one. And like I said, one of the best analogies to what I have, something that's closest to what I have already. So as you see the pictures, you'll know that. The other cool thing is there's pre-installed hooks, which same thing as mine. Again, all of these companies are very, very similar in design. They know what works. And this one actually has a fan. That has got to be the world's smallest ceiling fan or a digital edit. But I digress here. So yes, there is room for a fan up there to keep airflow moving. And they're talking about year-round comfort, which is pretty cool. So this is from Iromi, and this is their double roof steel outdoor gazebo. So taking a look at that. There's lots of size options here. Again, pick what works for you. And then we're going to get to talking about some of the other cool stuff here. I just want to double check to make sure I am on for the items that we have today. Perfect. So that was from Maromi. And if you're in Amazon, hi, welcome. I'm John the Net Guy. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're taking a look at a bunch of really cool products in my outdoor living. So I've got a gazebo that I just finished in the Seattle area, and I want to be able to use it year round. I have a product coming up here that's pretty cool. I got some other neat stuff. But give me a shout out on Amazon if you're out there. I'm going to bring up a product here, which is one of the keys to making my outdoor gazebo work, and that is outdoor smart switches. So this switch came to me from the Treat Life company. So just full disclosure there, they sent this to me for a fair and honest review, which I actually gave you guys a few months back. You know what's funny? My recorder didn't work quite right, so you did not get to actually see this product. So I'm going to get to show it to you again tonight. Couple cool things I like about it is very similar if you've ever used the Wise Outdoor ones, except it's got a feature that nobody has in this price point. That's a dimmer. So it's a smart dimmer plug with 2 sockets that is smart assistant enabled. There's some scratches on mine. Sorry. That's how I was mounting it. It is water resistant. So it's meant to be outside. Let's see if they call it waterproof. I doubt that because you wouldn't want to do that. What's it going to say here? It does not say the water resistance level in an IPX number, but it's an outdoor rated, which is another cool thing. And it's got gasketed plugs. So a lot of these things, the plugs, as you see down there, are actually recessed quite a bit. And the reason they do that is if you've got this mounted properly downward, the water's going to come down and off, and it's not going to go up into the sockets, which is really cool. So that's important in the Northwest. So you got 2 plugs you can use, and they're individually controllable. Now, it's not going to have energy monitoring like some of the stuff from Wise does, but it gives you that dimmable control. And that's one of the things that was really cool in our outdoor living space is the ability to dim the lights. Speaking of lights, I'm going to bring a product up here that goes right along with this. I just wanted to have this out here so you can see some of the features of it. There is an app to go along with this called the Treat Life app. So I've got that installed. I'm going to see real quick here. Of course, right before I started the show, I realized I do not have my interface cable that I'm going to need for the Treat Life app. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to have to log in. I want to keep it on the straight and narrow here. Hopefully nobody's watching my password. Get logged in to the Treat Life app. I probably should have had that already done, shouldn't I? Let me make sure I got the right email address in here. What's funny is it's actually already registered in my Smart Assistant, so I'll be able to tell her to turn it on and off, and it does have backup control. Okay, I was able to get in there. Everything looks great. So I'm in this app. Let me pull it up on the side, and you can kind of see it. So the app looks just like that. So I've got my outdoor lights, and I say chicken coop. Well, I don't actually have a chicken coop, but that was just an example that you could have two plugs here going on. And I'm going to go ahead and plug this thing in, and we'll do some control of it digitally. So that is there. Let me pull this cord out so we can use it. So this cord hopefully is plugged in right now. We'll find out in just a second, which it did. The lights blinked when I plugged this in. So lights are red. Give it a few seconds here. It's connecting to my Wi-Fi right now. So this is Wi-Fi enabled. And once it gets connected, we'll be able to turn things on and off. There we go. Okay, perfect. Give me 1 second. I'm going to step over to the side here and I'm going to grab a spare light that I have because I want to be able to show you what that looks like. Heading outside the studio door here. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, Amazon. Don't shut my stream down saying I'm not here or nothing. We've had some issues recently. So I've got a little light here, and I just wanted to show you how easy this thing is to set up and use. So we've got two options here. I've got outdoor lights and chicken coop. I've got outdoor lights plugged in, and you can see I just tapped on the app and I said, turn on outdoor lights, turn off outdoor lights. I can tap on the outdoor lights, get connected to them. And one of them you'll notice here is labeled gazebo. And that's because I can set the gazebo lights, that's what this was actually connected to until I just pulled it off of there, at any brightness. So it was just going up and down there, a little delay. But you can see I can set that strand to any brightness. Now this does have a limit in the power that it's allowed to use. So for regular incandescent, it's 300 watts per outlet. So don't be running big motors off of this. Don't run the heater off of it is what we're saying too. 300 watts for compact fluorescent, 150 per outlet, and 300 watts for LED. If you're doing 300 watts of LED, that you're lighting up a football stadium because those LEDs are super energy efficient, 150 per outlet. So again, that is from the Treat Life company, and it's one of the first ones I've ever seen that is an outdoor dimmer. So you can see here that camera's on a fixed exposure. So I can go down to 1%. So what does 1% brightness look like? That bulb is just barely on. You can see that. And I can go up from there and up from there. I have not had any compatibility issues with this, which is a huge thing. Thanks again, Treat Life. A lot of these ones that you'll get, the dimmers especially, are not compatible with incandescents or they don't work with LEDs. This one works with both. I haven't had any issues. Taking a look real quick here. Hey, Zachary's in. He's coming in tonight saying, hey, everybody. Good to see you. We've got a Jackie on Facebook. She says, totally know your password now. Hopefully I was careful with that. I use a unique password for every service. And Jeremy, another friend of the show, says hi. Hi, Jeremy. Hi back. So very cool product again from Treat Life. Now, it's going to go right along with our next product, but I do want to show you another cool thing about it. So you can turn it on and off with the button. So if I don't have that smart home assistant that shall not be named so she doesn't wake up and I don't wake yours up, I just want to turn the gazebo lights on. I just go up and I hit the top button on there, and it's got that fade up and fade down capability. So really cool from Treat Life. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to open the next product, but I am going to, oh, my Epson printer wants to update. Thanks, Epson. Right in the middle of a show. I'm telling you, they've got no idea. No, I don't want to update. I love it. And Joe says, good evening. Thank you so much, Joe. Thanks for joining us. And again, if you're on Amazon, give me a shout out. Make sure I'm still working over there on Amazon. I don't want to get myself in trouble again. But this is the product you're seeing on the carousel, and it is from Treat Life. And this is, if you're wondering, John, how do I find all these great deals that you're showing here? It's actually going to be right there in the lower corner, the other side of me there, Amazon.com/shop/the net guy. Go there. It's got all of my idea lists. There's an idea list for every single show that we have. And then you can come down here and you can click on any of the items. In this case, this is the Treat Life. Very well reviewed. 538 ratings. Let's see what that is. I clicked the Treat Life store. And 4.4 stars out of 5, so decent reviews on this thing, I would say, especially for these type of products. And this is the cool thing. We're coming up into the holidays. By the way, I've got spectacular products for the holidays coming up. I kind of want to share them with you, but I haven't got them installed. Let's just put it that way. So I have to be really careful. But I do have some cool products that this will work with that are coming. Something like those that are coming up on this show. And again, it looks like IP64. So it wasn't listed on the box, but it's IP64 weather resistant. So 6 is going to be your dust rating. 4 is going to be light splashes. Don't put this thing underwater. It's got circuit boards and stuff. But light splashes of water are not going to affect this thing. So you can be using it outdoors safely. Again, if you're using outdoors, always use it with a GFCI outlet. That's just a safety thing. And most houses and jurisdictions are going to force you to do that anyway. And you do have the voice control. It looks like they've added that in their app. I'm just looking at routines and some of the other stuff. They have a feature now in their app to do follow the sun, which is a wise thing. So lights on at dusk and lights off at dawn. Very cool features. So again, that's from Treat Life, one of the only smart dimmers I've found out there, especially in this price point. Very cool. Brandy, welcome back. Brandy says hi on the Amazon. Thank you so much for joining, Brandy. And we're going to get to the next product. Now, I've got another alumni of the show. I should call them alumni. That's the safest way. But I finally found a great use from Fiat Electric. This is my second set that I've purchased. That tells you how much I like this one. I bought 2 sets of them. And that is their string lights. My wife was like, oh, yeah, the gazebo's taken up the 1 set of string lights. Let's grab another set. And I can't complain. They've actually worked really well. I just pulled that up on the carousel. If you're wondering about where you can find the links to these products I'm talking about, if you're on Amazon, which is really where you should be, let me show you what you can see on Amazon. It's kind of a picture in a picture in a picture. Let me go here to my Amazon. And I'm going to bring this up. So you're going to see something that looks something like this. Along the side is where you're going to see those products. Now you're kind of seeing the Hall of Mirrors effect here. But down the side, you're going to see the products that I have and the products that are coming up. So again, I don't want to blow up the computer here, but that's where you can find them if you're on Amazon. They're also in the app on the bottom. If you're on YouTube, they're all in the video description. So just pointing that out there real quick. We're going to bring up the next product, the Fiat Electric lights. So this is their strand lights. Now, I mistakenly, the first time I looked at this, I said, oh, it's got 48 lights. No, it's 48 feet of lights, but there's a light every 2 feet. So you basically get 24 lights. And honestly, it's plenty. They are dimmable, which was something that you didn't really see. It was hard to tell initially through them. Let me do a quick unboxing on the unbox camera. That's not the man, is that cool? Viking Kong, our show sponsor today, coming in with the beard straightener. It's definitely straight, just like your host. So here we go. There's the string lights. Opening them up. And this is from Fiat Electric. Now, there's only one complaint here, and that would be there is some assembly required. And by some assembly, I mean pretty much all the assembly is required. They do package the bulbs really well, which is great because you don't want them to crack. But another really cool thing about this is these are outdoor rated. So you can use these outdoor. If you used a regular bulb outdoor and it got rain on it, you could have an explosion if it was hot. Plus, they use very little energy. I believe they're supposed to be 1 watt, if I remember right. I'm only going to install a couple of these. Let me show you what they look like here. See if I can back up a little bit so you guys can see them. So yeah, that's what they look like. Very, very simple like that. They have a filament in there. There's actually a little bit of electronics going on, some trickery down here in the base of the bulb. This is a standard bulb base, so you can use other lights if you needed to. But I'm going to try to find the end so I can plug this in, and I'm going to find the end. One thing to be careful of is make sure you get a really good seal. The first time I did this, I had like 10 of them that didn't turn on. And I had my daughter helping me, and she just hadn't tightened them down enough. Now, it's not going to be super bright in the studio here when I use these, and that's not their fault. That's actually just the way this is set up. There we go. Okay, so my studio has really bright lights. So that's actually pretty bright. You can see on my hand. It's washed out my hand. Go ahead and you put all the 24 bulbs in here, and there's actually going to be about 3 extra. So they're going to include some extra bulbs for you. Again, if you're just taking a look at this is John the Net Guy. If you're just tuning in, we're taking a look at the product from Fiat Electric. This is their 48-foot strand lights. Now, I'm going to bring up the show photo page again because I want to show you guys how I was able to use these at night to create just an amazing effect. And I'm going to pull that up right now. Give me 1 second. So I'm going to get off of the other page that was streaming there, and I'm going to share the Chrome tab that we need. Google Photos. So there you go. So you should be, in just a second, seeing these outdoor lights. Perfect. So yeah, this is actually our gazebo. This is the gazebo as built, and I just wanted to show you again what those outdoor lights look like. What's neat about it is I'm actually able to use that smart home assistant and raise the lights. This is at night and they're at full brightness, and all I did was use zip ties, and I went along and I zip tied. This has got lots of little holes in the should show them lots of little holes in the lights, in the cord for nails, zip ties, however you want to attach it, and I was able to zip tie it along the roof in this thing. So that worked out really well. Again, just taking a quick look at that for you guys so you can see it. And that is from Fiat Electric. Now, the cool thing is they are dimmable also. So I'm going to show you that real fast. So if I come out here, remember we're plugged into our dimmer. I can say on my dimmer app here, I can bring this down to lower brightness or even lower. And you can see those bulbs are lowering down in their brightness right now. So another cool feature, again, you can get cheaper ones, but you definitely don't want to. So look at that. So this is coming in from Joe. He says, my son has those strung through his entire yard. They look great at night. Nice, comfortable lighting. That's the other thing, color temperature. It's about as yellow as you get, but I actually like that yellow warm temperature of lights. I don't like for a nice relaxation space, especially at night when you're supposed to be going to bed. I don't like super bright LED, like the blue LED styles. Even our new master bathroom, we went with warm lighting just because it made the paint look better. So that is from Fiat Electric. I only have 2 of 24 bulbs installed, and this thing is pretty bright already. Again, another show alumni. Let's go take a look at Amazon and see what this thing runs right now. Another cool trick, and I'm not prohibited from saying this, get them from the Amazon warehouse. If you guys want a really good deal right now, I'm going to go ahead and pull up a different page for you guys. So I ordered an extra set of these and I got them from Amazon warehouse. Let's go ahead and see. I'm A-okay, I think, to tell you about this. Right now for $59.89, if you purchase them, there's a 15% off, which they just added from yesterday. So that's awesome. So there's $48.85 as you see. But you can take a look at this. Used is $34.98, and I've even got it lower than that before. So if you keep an eye out for the used version, again, they have the same Amazon guarantee. So if you get it and you're not happy with it, or it's not 100% what you wanted, send it back. I almost never have had issues with Amazon warehouse. So but that's a great thing. It still has that Amazon return policy with it, which is awesome. I'm going to take a quick look at the chat and see if anybody else has said that. He's saying, looks great from Pinky Tech. Thanks, my friend. Would love to have you up here sometime. And, got to put this out there. Amazon warehouse, and that looks like a goat. I'm guessing you mean that it's the goat. So it's awesome. But yeah, another very key part to this build was making sure that I had some good lighting out there. That was one of the first things that we actually built out there, was the lighting. Let me take a look and make sure I didn't miss anything on this. Again, this is from Fiat Electric. Just want to put that down. The next big thing for me, I watch football, and I've been watching that Rings of Power. I don't know if you've been watching the Amazon shows lately. They've got a lot of really cool shows. I think Bezos paid like $1 billion for that show. But I wanted something for outdoor entertaining. And a TV these days, especially with the kids, maybe I want to watch my favorite YouTubers tomorrow. I got Danny from Nerd on a Budget. He does a stream every Wednesday. I got Craft Computing that moved earlier on Wednesday, so now it's like a straight block class that I'm in. You need to have a TV. Now, I have the TV installed. I'm not going to uninstall this TV just so I can bring it in for you guys just to show you. I'm going to pull up the pictures of it. We'll talk about how I installed it, why I picked this model too, because I think there's a lot of neat things about this. We just installed massive TVs in our church, and selecting a TV nowadays can be really, really difficult. So I just highlighted it in the carousel. I'm going to bring it up on the Amazon page so we can just talk about the Amazon page first. And that is the featured product right now. Bringing it up here so you can see it. You can see me. And that is from Pioneer. Now, I paid significantly less than this. I'll just tell you that. I got the 50-inch model. Now, you can see the 50-inch here is $299, and I even paid significantly less than that. Pricing in TVs goes up and down day by day. Put it on a watch list and just wait, because a couple really really cool things about this one. It's got that Dolby Vision, which is really cool. It's 4K Ultra HD. I do not believe it's 120 hertz. You're not going to see that kind of features in this. No, I'm just double checking the specs on it. Sorry for jumping around on you. I wanted to make sure because I did not see that anywhere in it. So it's not going to be a high refresh rate TV, but honestly, this is not something you're probably going to be gaming on, which is really the purpose of a higher refresh rate. Motion flow, some people like that on movies. I tend to like that on movies, but this is for outdoor football watching, in my opinion. So I did get the 50-inch version, and you're going to see in some of the pictures when I show them here that may or may not be what you're looking for. Again, on a 10-foot wall, a 43-inch TV doesn't look very big. A couple people were even asking about the 50. They're like, oh, you should have gone 75 or something. I'm like, no, no, no. So I didn't have the budget for that. But a couple really important things. This is direct lit LEDs. So when you have edge lit in the cheaper panels, you're only going to be lighting the edge of the screen. So let me pull this up here. So only the edges of the screen are lit, and there's a reflective surface in the back, and the light bounces forward. This one is direct lit, so it actually does have some dynamic contrast features that I saw in here and dynamic lighting. I don't know if it's going to have local dimming or anything like that. They were really evasive on their specs on this thing. But I can tell you it's over 300 nits. Somewhere, they don't show the specs, but it's between 300 and 350 nits, which is not like show right bright sun. You're not going to take this thing outside in the bright sun, but if you're in a gazebo or protected sheltered area, this works really well. A couple things, I'm just going to check the chat, make sure nobody's talking to me on there. Looking good. A couple things about this set, again, specifically, that Dolby Vision was really cool, but the sound on it. Now, I will be bringing up a speaker that I bought and made sure just in case the sound was really bad and I needed a sound bar or some more sort of add-on. But actually, the sound on this is so amazing, I didn't even need to use it. It actually sounded better just because the source of the sound was coming right from the TV and not off to the side, to actually use the TV's built-in sound. So phenomenal sound on this, and it gets loud. That's another thing. I got a street, a couple hundred yards away in my backyard area. So I like to have that. Plenty of inputs. Now, are you going to get a super razor thin TV? No. This TV is not razor super thin, and there's a reason for that. Obviously, you're buying a 2021 model. You're getting an amazing deal. When it definitely goes on sale, you'll see that. It does have 3 HDMI inputs there. It's got USB, and a lot of people will use that USB to power a Google Chromecast. I got one sitting over there, or another plug-in device. This has the Fire TV OS built in, and I'll tell you, the Fire TV OS is awesome on this one. So a lot of times the Fire TV ones are really slow. Doesn't phase me at all. Another cool thing on this is it does have antenna input and Ethernet input. So if you buy a Fire TV stick and then you put it on some other outdoor TV or a TV that you're willing to sacrifice outdoors, then you got to go get the Ethernet cable, if you want to have a solid seamless connection to it, not Wi-Fi. And then you're kind of stuck there. So this also has AVN, as you can see here. That's pretty old school. And then antenna and cable in. It does have a digital tuner in it, which, again, you got all of the capabilities here. And it has the standard Fire TV remote, which everybody hopefully here has grown to love. And Jeremy was, yes, he's in with the other. Roku was the one I was thinking of. So, I've had very good luck with Rokus. But, recently the ones in my RV starting to slow down my Roku TV. Every time I open YouTube, it's like updating and taking forever. So no problems at all on this. I do actually have a little bit of video that I want to show you on this one, and it's the unboxing, but we're going to go fast through it. I'm not going to make you suffer here. So give me 1 second. I'm going to share that real quick. So add a new video source, and we're going to add in... I got to figure out which one it is. The TV installation movie, I believe. Let me see here. I might be short one source video here. That would be bad. Tube mount unboxing, waterproof cover. Ooh, you know what? I might have not uploaded one video. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to go check on this system. We're going to go look for it. In the meantime, if you're in the chat, let me know where you're from. That would be awesome. I would just love to see that. TV mount unboxing. I'm going to go ahead and double check. That's the mount. That's the back of the TV. TV installation. I am not seeing what I wanted here. So I just exported this thing a little bit ago. We'll get that exporting. We'll get it out there. But let me know in the chat where you're from. I'm looking at Amazon. I see 7 of you in there on Amazon watching. Hi, 7, you lucky 7 there. Let me know where you guys are from. If you feel comfortable doing that, that would be awesome. While I get this loaded up. And I know where a few of you guys are from. Let's have a contest. Let's see who's from the furthest away. In the meantime, if you haven't already, take a look at the GoTracks page down there, thenetguy.com/GoTracks. That's the sign up for the GoTracks giveaway on October 11th. Give me 1 second here. There's the video of it, and I will hit the extract, send it over here. Yeah. 22 unboxing. For some reason, I did not load that up. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, don't forget to sign up for this GoTracks. One of the nice things about having, well, a smaller channel like this is that when I do these giveaways, I'm telling you, the odds of winning are like 1 in 30 instead of 1 in 30,000 with some of the bigger ones. But let me take a break here, and I will pull the GoTracks over on the side. So this is my giveaway scooter here. So this is the one we're giving away. Give me 1 second to unloop all this stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and get it up on the table so you guys can see it. Last time I did this, I hit my camera. So I'm trying not to do that this time. So again, this is from GoTracks. One of the cool things about this, these are commuter scooters. So this thing is not your kid's Razor scooter toy. As you can see here, this thing collapses down, which is awesome. Has a 220-pound weight limit. I just want to take a quick aside here for this one. Again, this is the giveaway is sponsored by GoTracks here, but this one has a top speed of 15.5 miles an hour, powered by this 250-watt motor that it has. It's going to have 12.5 miles of range. So if you think about that, you know, wherever you're going, 12.5 miles, once you get there, you plug it in, charges in 4 to 5 hours, and you got another 12 to go back to wherever you want to go. Going to have 8.5-inch wheels, which 15.5 miles an hour is plenty on 8.5-inch wheels. They are pneumatic tires too, so you're not going to deal with that. Very cool giveaway. This is almost a $400 value. Hey, we got another friend of the channel joining us. Here we go. Jonathan Talks Hardware says, hey, welcome, Jonathan. Good to see you again, my friend. Coming from sunny Florida here. And PC Tech Hustle came in. He's coming in. He says, still waiting for weather in Texas to finally be chill enough for outdoor entertainment. Still absurdly hot. 98 degrees today. I went down to Texas a few weeks ago. It was 82. It was raining in 82. I don't know what he's talking about. So again, this is from the GoTracks company. Don't forget to sign up for that giveaway. I can't stress that enough. I'm going to put that here on the bottom of the screen for you guys for a little bit. Get that going just so we have that, and I'm going to pull off the GoTracks banner, making sure it looks like this thing actually exported. Give me a second to copy it in the right location so I can upload it. Yes, I use a Mac. I know everybody's going to be like, oh my gosh, he uses a Mac. I love it. So we'll do that copy in here. There we go. And I'll pick it up on this side and we will upload it so you guys can see this video. So I've been starting to do this more for very large items where I have to worry about trying to show them in my little studio. So let me grab that video that I just prepared for you guys earlier. And what it is, it has all the information about the unboxing of this. And let me get that. There we go. I got to copy the right exact location here. Sorry, guys. If you've been waiting, I appreciate that. Your patience will be rewarded from this video. just pulling it out there, and it's the unboxing here of the TV. So model number is a 22U. It is made by Pioneer Company. This TV, by the way, also is available at Best Buy, even though I'm not supposed to tell you to go get it there because it's a joint venture between Best Buy and Amazon. It looks like you can actually purchase it and pick it up, I believe, at Best Buy. That was one of the checkout options I was given. So just want to share that with you. Joseph P., thank you so much for the follow, man. I really do appreciate that. That is awesome. And Victoria Diaz, she's got some crocodiles or alligators. Somebody in the chat, let me know what the difference is on those. The zoologists among us. I'm not a zoologist, so I don't know which one that is. But Victoria Diaz, thank you so much for saying hi tonight. So it's processing that video. We'll get that going here. And I'm going to go take a look at the chat here. PC Tech Hustle's back here. Ice block and a fan. Maybe I should have put an outdoor like cooling system on the menu. That would have been really cool. But no, in Washington State, we're about 75, 80 on the highs. Now we started to come back here. We're not going too crazy, which is something I like. I'm going to pull up the video here and I'm going to try not to blow your eardrums out here. I'm going to turn the audio down. That's one thing that we learned. It's processing right now, it says. So while it's doing that, let me again pull up the Amazon page for this. I'm going to go ahead and got to do a share window, share, and share. So this is the TV remote that comes with it. This is another really cool thing with all the Fire TVs. It does have that lady who's a Amazon Home Assistant, rhymes with Lexa. It has that built into the remote, so you can actually hold the button down on the remote, tell it what you want, like changing the gazebo lighting, dimming, smart other features, things like that, which are available on the products that I showed you just previously to this. So that's the TV. Again, I'm going to look through the specs and make sure there's nothing else that I have to tell you about. Sound on it, phenomenal. There's a bunch of reviews in here. You know, some of them are very negative. Some of them are very positive. So the reviews range from the 50-inch definitely has better reviews than the 43. And again, not sure if that was just budget or TV sizing related that people were happy about that, but definitely like that. So looks like our video is almost ready. Here we go. I'm going to show you the unboxing of the Pioneer Smart TV. I'm going to turn this off. We'll get that one rolling. I'm going to turn the volume down on it. Let me know if the volume's too loud on it. And I'll just kind of talk you through what we're doing here. I can hear it very low, so hopefully the volume is low on this unboxing here, but comes in a very large box. Now, a lot of people will say you can't tell the difference between Full HD and 4K, and they might be right. I have a Full HD as my main TV at home, so I was just taking a look and showing you some of the items that are there. Legs come out and off to the side, very easy. Another cool thing about this is all of the foam you see here is kind of compartmentalized. You don't actually have to worry about, trying to pull it like a computer monitor all at once. And they put these grab handles in the bag. You're supposed to lift it by the bag. I was reading about that. I'm like, you got to be kidding. So you go ahead and take this thing out with the bag. It says 2 persons, but I was able, you see here, pretty easily, even on a 50-inch TV, to do it with 1 person. And it's going to have instructions, batteries. It's going to have some of your mounts. There's my daughter at the window. I'm like, hey, out of here. So I'm going to go ahead here and get the remote batteries going, which is pretty cool. So we got those going. And then to get it aligned here, you go ahead and put those in. They can only fit one way. That's what I was testing. And you go ahead and put those screws in, and you got the stand for this 22U from Pioneer. Now, it's a Best Buy model, so I don't know if it's rebranded from somebody else, but you can see here, you may want to put a mount with this. I've got a mount, and this is what it looks like in that outdoor. I was watching the Rings of Power the other night, and it was just fantastic. Really, really enjoyed that in the outdoor living space. And one of our upcoming products is in the corner there. That's what it looks like mounted. Now, a couple cool things. That mount can actually swing all the way out of the way, which is another cool thing. Hopefully I didn't show you my password here, but I just wanted to show you again how it loads up. I've got nothing connected to this TV but power. It's over Wi-Fi right now, and it was able to stream over Wi-Fi very well. So good tuner in this thing as far as Wi-Fi signal, so it was able to pick up that pretty well and stream. It does have a lot of dynamic lighting and contrast. I would highly recommend you be real careful with those settings. I did notice in a football game when it was going from light to dark to light to dark, the thing was kind of hunting. So I actually turned off the dynamic contrast because I don't like that during gaming. So that actually worked out really well. So that was the Pioneer. I've got the 43 in the carousel because the 50 was out of stock. It looks like the 50's back. Pretty good value. Now, if you're going to look for TVs that are outdoor, there's a Terrace series, there's a Sola something series. They're $3,500. So this TV in the $300 range for a 50-inch, and again, I paid much lower than that even for the one I purchased from Amazon when I got it. That's a conscious decision of whether or not you want to do that. Now, to protect this item, there's a product in our carousel that I wanted to show you, and then I'm going to tell you about mounting it. I actually picked this thing up right away. There's two of them here. I picked up the one that's available for the 47 to 50-inch range, and that is a waterproof cover for outdoor TVs. Now, once you take it out of the bag, you're never going to get it back in. Let me show you what this looks like on the top down. So there's all of the different TVs that this belongs to. So I got the 48 to 50-inch model. To be honest, the TV from Pioneer is so skinny, it would have probably fit in the 46 to 48 because they give you a lot of extra room in here, which is nice. So if you're going to, let me put this over here. If you're going to be having a TV outdoors and you get occasional rain like we do in Seattle, I wanted something that was going to keep surface moisture off. Most of these things will do higher humidity. They just will do non-condensing humidity. They don't want to have dew that connects to your TV. So to protect your TV, I'm going to show you guys this. I don't have to go back out wide. This is the cover that I've been using, and actually worked out really well. So this side is the side that goes away from the TV. The other side, the back side of it, has all some cool stuff that I want to show you. Another cool thing that I didn't notice about this was my kids. With the TV out there and rough housing and this and that, I don't want them to swing something and have it accidentally scratch the TV. So plastic screen's not good with sticks and balls and whatever else. So this will provide a little bit of protection. Again, you can see their brand logo here. This is from iBirdie. That's what you see there. On the back, they've actually done something really cool. I got to give them credit. They were thinking about all of the different mounting scenarios you might run into. And so they developed a bunch of different pouches and Velcro. So you can see here, it's got Velcro to get around a large mount. If you have a pole mount like I do or another one, you can open up this center. You open up this and you wrap that around whatever pole mount or whatever you have, and then you can attach this. I'll show you what that looks like over here in the photos, but this is pretty cool. Again, this is from iBirdie. This is their outdoor TV cover, and they've got it for just about every different size television. It's highlighted in the carousel. It's also in the video description. Jonathan's asking a funny question. He says, "You thinking of ordering a 14 Pro or Pro Max?" Oh, I've got the 12 Pro, and I'm so happy with it. I would if money was no option, but that's why I'm on Amazon, right? So really do appreciate it. So this one is available right now. It is, I want to double check the pricing on it, $25.99, and it's even cheaper for the smaller set. So if you've got a donor set that you're not too worried about, that you're thinking about making an outdoor living space with, definitely invest the $25 for a cover, and I'll give you a free other piece of advice. That humidity is the thing that's going to ruin the set, not being able to handle humidity. Temperatures, TVs generally do well, in all different temperatures. It's really that direct sunlight and, weather that's going to attack them. So this has Velcro on the bottom, and you can kind of box it in. So you can, again, it's got Velcro just about everywhere. Once you get everything dialed in, you can box it all in just like this. But go ahead and take a sock, one of the old gym socks that you've never used, you aren't using anymore. Fill it with clumping cat litter. I think Pinky Tech's got a cat in here. So you fill that with cat litter, throw it somewhere in the bottom of this when this thing's all zipped up. That's going to absorb any moisture that's left inside of this. Now, this is not going to be a hermetically sealed, shrink wrap. And definitely on your TV, in the winter, bring it in. If it's going to be, ice out there or freezing wherever you're at, definitely bring it in. But I saw a lot of normal TVs mounted outside when I was in Texas recently, and that kind of surprised me. So there was no special models or anything. There are some, but the ones that I saw at these restaurants were just normal, and they were doing just fine. So that's the outdoor TV cover. I do have a quick installation shot that I can show you. Oh, Pinky's in here. He says, I got 2 cats, but I'm willing to let you use them for a giveaway. Me too. Anybody want to give it? Actually, no. Amazon censors. I didn't say I was going to give away a cat. I'll probably get in trouble. So Harley says, I use 3 HDMI inputs, so this is a possibility. Absolutely, Harley. He's over there on the Amazon watching this. That's really cool. I'm going to pull up the video, like I said, of when I installed this cover, and we'll get that going, and you guys can see that real quick. So Amazon, if you're looking, this is John the Net Guy. I'm down here in the corner. So I'm just showing you a quick unboxing of what it looks like. And this is inside our gazebo. This is how you install it. It's really super simple. Like I said, fold it all the way out, open up that back panel so I can get it over the tube mount here. And I'll show you that here in just a second. Let me know if my audio is too loud too, by the way, on this, either in the video or if my microphone's too loud. It's really hard to tell with the tools that I've got here if I'm coming in. So really super easy to install. And then this is where I went around the back of it and was able to attach the back. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. And then, like I said, I could have possibly even gone with the smaller one. They give you some measurements to look at. So I'm going to pause it right there real quick just so you can see. So this is that pole mount, and this is what I was talking about, where you can actually wrap it around the mount, and then that cover could just be wrapped around and Velcro down, and any rain's going to sheet off of the mount that you've got there. So really happy with it. And it even has on the right side there a pocket for your remote controls, which is a great idea if you're hiding remote controls from your kids. So that was me getting all that set up in the back there. Very happy for $25.99. I thought this was great. Great deal. Jonathan Docs Harbor says, only got 1 kata. I think he meant cat, but yeah, only 1 cat on there. So that is the outdoor cover. Now I'm going to show you how I got this thing installed. So we had the gazebo, didn't have the mount installed. I'm going to do a quick unboxing of the next product that we have. Again, I don't have the product to show you right in front of me because it's installed right now, but I am going to show you a video of it. I'm going to go over to our video store, and I want to do the unboxing. Tube mount unboxing. Let's see if I got this right. There we go. Ceiling TV tube mount. So this is the mount that we have here. It's a little bit loud. I'm going to turn that down. So unboxing this real quick. Again, you're going to get a 2-piece tube. This extends from 29 inches all the way down to 20 inches. I'm just pulling that up on the carousel right now. It is on a swing. So let me go back. Maybe I made that go a little bit too fast. So let's go back here. I want to show this real fast. So if I can pause it, there we go. So that on the upper right or right side of your screen, that little swing mount is what attaches to the ceiling or wall. So if you've got an angled ceiling, which I'll pull up the picture in just a second, it is awesome that it can actually go on any sort of angle. So if you need to put this on an angle, that's a really cool thing. It has a swivel inside the mount. So it's going to be able to swivel left and right down there. It also has tilt and other leveling features, which are really slick on this. Let me show you that. So again, there's a pre-drilling template, there's the base, and then there's the 2 pieces. So I'm going to show you how I install it on the back of the TV. Visa 400 by 400 mounting on this one. Very easy to install. This mount supports, gosh, I think all the way up to 400 by 600 millimeters. So there's different sizes. It's very, very adjustable. You could put a tiny TV on this. You could put a huge TV on this. Just make sure those screws that you see at the bottom there, the silver ones that I'm undoing, just make sure you have those set up right. Now I might pause this if I get the shot that I want here in just a second. There it is. Just so you guys can see how this mounts to the TV. Now, you can set the TV at any angle that you want here, so you can tilt it up and down. It swivels side to side. You can actually swing the TV all the way up and out of the way. I haven't done this yet, but I'm super excited to swing this TV all the way up and out of the way, maybe. Hopefully not in the winter. We'll see how it goes, but if we had people and we didn't want to have the TV down for entertainment, we can do that. So that is the TV mount. I'm going to pull it up on Amazon. And oh, I did put some pictures in here. So this is over the weekend. I was on Twitter. I was doing a little bit of live tweeting of the game. There's a commercial there. I think that's Don Draper playing Santa Claus. So that is what the TV looks like mounted with the doors open in this gazebo. And if you can see, which is really hard, way back to the left of that shed door with the red door is actually our kids' play set. So they go out there and they can play. Dad can watch the game, get a little bit of his YouTube homework done. And it was really, really cool. So that's the look of it. And that's with the cover that I was just showing you guys what it looks like. So really cool product there. That's, again, a TV mount that I've got in the carousel. If you're looking to see where do I find this stuff, John, you're like, hey, you've got all these really cool products. The easiest thing to do, again, check out that URL popping up right down there, amazon.com/shop/thenetguy. Hit idea list. You'll see all the different idea lists. You can go to number 37 is this week. I just finished cleaning the desk up here because we were making mocktails last week with a whiskey infuser. We're doing all sorts of crazy stuff in this place. But that's where you find it. I'm going to pull up the page. There's the page for the TV. I'm going to go back one here. I'm going to go in. We're going to look at this. This is from Pearl Smith. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Maximum of 99 pounds, which most of these TVs that you're going to be putting outdoors are, I believe, under 80 inches is going to be about that. It says up to 65 inches. I just want to show you the flexibility in mounting that they have. It's really, really slick. Very, very interested in how they're doing that. There we go. I was just going back and forth and I wasn't seeing the page I was expecting. So that's the mounting flexibility, 30 inches down to 20.5 inches. And this was my favorite picture that they have. Take a look at that mounting flexibility. So if you've got an A-frame house and you want to mount a TV and you're having all sorts of heartburn about it, super easy to use. And I was able to use the Allen keys to adjust this to whatever position you want it for perfect viewing. There's a little bit about the adjustability of it. Available again, $39.68 on my phone. It's 19% off, it says right now. There is the need two people install. Well, not really. I'll show you how. I was able to install it. When you put the TV on, you want to make sure you got that. And there's a little bit of the specs of it as well. They do come with some pretty aggressive anchors here. So you can put this in concrete, wood, masonry, anything you've got. It's going to do just fine. It's just reminding you, don't use the concrete anchors on drywall alone. Don't put this just into drywall. If you're going to mount a TV or something seriously heavy like that, definitely mount it well. So that is what they're looking at here. I'm going to go ahead and show you one more, which is how I mounted the TV up. That's another really important thing. So in my gazebo, we looked at a metal gazebo earlier. I have a metal roof with metal substructure in it. And that was thick enough that I was able to actually use some bolts and go through and get that going. My parents use their phone for content outside, he says. There you go. That's from Jonathan Talks Hardware. I'm going to go ahead here and show you the TV mounting. I'm going to make sure I get you the right videos here. That's the mount unbox. There is that. Videos 9 of 10. It's not showing me the one I wanted to do here. Oh, TV installation. Sorry. I just have to hit the right button. You know, I'm still learning this thing. It's not easy. So I have a couple pictures here I'm going to show you as we start up. And this is the family. We're out there before the TV was installed, taking a look at it. Kids are loving this. We're having dinner out there. We do have the heater, which is coming up. I'll talk to you about. And so this was where I was actually drilling it. If you're Amazon, I'm wearing glasses. They're just invisible. So you can see that. But this mount is actually super easy to install. Did a couple quick tests here just to see where all the things were going to line up, marked them. And then I came back here with drill and self-tapping ones. I had some pretty thick self-tappers that I was comfortable with. If you're not comfortable, you could actually drill all the way through. But what I like about the self-tappers, I used 4 of them, pretty heavy-duty ones. The one thing I like about this, I was able to actually hold onto that beam along the side, and I'm 250 pounds, so had no issue with that. And I know that this is good for up to a ton of snow load. So this 20-pound TV is not going to do anything to it. That mounted really well. I actually got the height perfect the first time. I may bring it down just a tiny bit in the future. We'll see. I actually kind of like it where it was, but that would be pretty cool. There you go. So yeah, that is the mount, and we're ready to talk about outdoor heaters. This was something that I thought was really cool. A company reached out to me called East Oak, and they said, "Hey, John, what do you think about testing a patio heater?" And I'm like, "Are you guys reading my mind? Because I actually am working on an outdoor living project, and the only thing I didn't have was a heater. So it's actually been here the entire time along the side. We'll get to an unboxing in a second, but I just want to show you the capabilities here. This is from the East Oak Company, and it's a 1500 watt infrared heater. So it's going to be directional, very directional, which is something we wanted. We want to have this in the corner. We didn't want to try to boil the ocean. We didn't want to try to heat the whole gazebo here. So you can actually angle this and direct it exactly where you want. And when you turn it on, the heat is going to go directly to that item. So that was kind of cool. We were excited about that. Has a remote control. It's not smart enabled yet, and I'm still going to find a switch that I can turn it on and off with. But it does have a remote control. So if we're out there, we don't want to start the fire table because that's using propane, and maybe we got drinks or other stuff on there. I can actually turn this thing on and off with the remote control, which is really slick. And it does have 3 power settings. It's got a ton of safety features, which with kids was something that was really important to me. So let me make sure I get this thing dialed in. This is from the East Oak Company, and this is a patio heater. It's $199, and that's a pretty big investment. I don't know. I'll take a quick look and see. Sometimes these things go on sale. Let me see if it's on a Prime deal right now. Yes, an extra $20 off right now for this one, so I can just pull it up on Amazon for you so you don't miss out. So if this is something that you are interested in, $199.99, you can check that to save an extra $20. But tons of safety features. It's got overheat protection and tip over protection. And then you also have timers and other capabilities. So you can actually have it stay on for a certain number of hours and then turn itself off. Maybe you're preheating the area. That would be pretty cool. So another cool feature, I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and try not to blow up my studio. I have an outlet over here that I'm not plugged into. So let's try this. Really simple to operate. Now, what's funny is when the first time I wanted to operate it, I'm like, I don't know. I don't have any batteries in the remote. I don't know if I can do it. There's a switch on the back to turn it on. There's a switch on the side to set the levels. So there's level 2. Hopefully not enough to blow my circuits here, but it does have a full 1500 watts. Now that is nice, actually. So that's that infrared radiant heat. So you can feel it all the way out here. And that's on level 2. If I hit the side button again, I can go down a bit to level 1. The amazing thing about this heater, which is really cool, waterproof. I don't know how they can do that. Again, IP65 waterproof. Now, the products I showed you earlier, that switch, the outlet, the dimmer, is only IP64 rated. This thing's rated 1 level higher than that, which is more water splashing on it. Still not submersion. I wouldn't put that in there. If you're going to be in light rain with an electrical heater, that's kind of scary, but this one's rated for it, so you can actually do that. Thought that was really cool. Now, I'm using their mounting base here. I'm actually going to turn it off while I move it around. I don't want to be dangerous to it. But I'm going to use their mounting base. It was a little bit tricky to get installed, I'll tell you that. There's a lot of pieces that needed to be done right, and it is very heavy. So if you're going to use the base, which I recommend, that was really easy. This goes up and down, and there's actually a safety here. So you can set this to any height. I actually had it all the way up. And you can pull this safety pin here and set it in here. It's got a tension set for any height exactly. And then if for some reason this tension did not work and it had to drop down, there, it would just drop down to that where that safety catch is. So again, from East Oak Company, this is, I don't have the tape measure, do I? Nope, I took it out. So we'll see the specs, but it's about 3 feet wide or so. I think this desk is exactly 6, so it's about half the size of the desk. You can run the cord down the back here. The cord is integrated. It's not removable. Again, cord is gasketed as well. Part of that water resistance. I think part of how it gets the water resistance is that main element is actually enclosed in glass. So I think that's sealed. That's how they're able to do it. I was curious myself about that. So this is one mounting option, but if you're hardcore like me, I had this in the corner of the gazebo. And I'm thinking, where this would mount really, really well is up on the side wall of the gazebo. They have another thing I want to show you here. I'm going to go ahead and unplug this and bring it to the side. So they have another capability I wanted to show you here that comes with the install kit, which is burly, very burly install kit. Let me pull out the instructions as well. Again, from East Oak Company. Here we go. So this is their installation manual and all the instructions. Take a look at these. These are probably some of the biggest concrete anchors I've ever seen. These remind me of the red head bolts that you can use for hammering into concrete, you know, big walls and stuff. So you basically would put this in, and as you tighten it down, it's actually going to expand in there. Now, the way you could do that is then you mount this like so, this flat plate, and that flat plate then mounts up here to the heater. So comes with two mounting options. You can either use the stand with tip over protection, all the other cool safeties that it has, or if you actually do have the ability or need to mount it right to a wall, maybe you got a brick wall, concrete wall, wood wall, they give you everything you need to install this safely, which is really cool. Again, use an outdoor GFCI rated outlet. You want to do that again for safety, just everybody involved. A kid starts touching the cord or something. That's why I like the idea of mounting this up and out of the way, is that nobody's going to be able to touch the cord or do anything. It does have a cord right now. They generally recommend not using extension cords, and if you do, use a really heavy duty one. So I'm taking a look in here. So Jeremy says, not boil the ocean? Where's the fun in that? No, it's funny. I did turn down the latency on the YouTube side stream, so I'm definitely getting a lot more people that are quick on the uptake, even if I'm not. So again, this is the outdoor patio heater with stand from East Oak. I'm going to show you how I was able to put this thing together so quickly, because it was really cool. And there's a scene in here that's kind of funny, so that you guys might like it. You might want to tighten the pull adjustment so you don't forget it when picking it up. Hey, you know what? Good call. Thank you, guys. You're watching out for me. I like this. It's teamwork. I'm going to tighten this down here. Thank you, Joe, for that word of advice. I'm going to put the safety catch back down there, but yeah, good idea on that, Joe. And I'm going to go ahead and roll this video so you can see the unboxing of it. So this is the East Oak patio heater. We're going to do a quick unbox of it. Comes in a very large box, but it has all the different pieces that you need. That's the main heater body, and there is the pole. Now, if you don't look into these little tiny things, they stuffed everything in all of the little nooks and crannies. So be real careful taking a look for all the little bolts and things they hid. The very heavy stand base is going to keep this thing from knocking over, and that's what they put there. So that's the last thing that you'll pull out of the main box. And now you've got basically all the pieces that you're going to need to do the install here. So got that there. This is what I didn't expect. I gouged our table. Don't tell my wife that. This has a pipe within a pipe, and I'm going to just try a little bit because I think she might notice this one. So that was pretty good, Joe, when you said I might forget that it was loose. It is loose in the bag, so if you're putting this together, do it on the floor. I was doing it higher to show you guys. That's that extending height pole. There are a lot of little screws. Make sure you pull the instructions out. They do actually go through it. I tried to do it without the instructions, got hopelessly lost. Was able to finally come back and figure out where I made mistakes. But another thing that you're going to want to do as you take this out is make sure that there's a couple, 3 different supports for the bulb, the infrared bulb here. Make sure that you take those out because those will start smoking and all sorts of stuff. You don't want that. So I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. So as I pull this thing out, you can see those 3 foam safeties. Pull all those out, and there's a sticker on there. That little note, that triangle note, is telling you to do exactly that because they don't want you to run into that. So that's what it looks like. There's the instructions, information, very easy. And there's one of my favorite pictures of this new outdoor area, watching the rings of power. We've got the heater going and the fire pit, so we got all sorts of heat going on in here. But that was another really cool part of the setup here. Now, I've moved this around in here. I like the idea of having it on the stand. On the other hand, I might want to mount it up on one of those side walls. So I love having the flexibility of doing either of these. But I was actually sending a link to the stream to East Oak last night. I said, hey, I'm going to be doing the show tomorrow. I'm going to put your product up there. And it was really kind of cool. There's something else that they sent me. So it's going to be on a future show, but I did say that I would tell you guys about it. This, if you look in there, there's the ceiling, and I have ceiling hooks at the top of my gazebo. So rather than taking up floor space and figuring out where the heck am I going to put this thing, he actually told me about another product they've got coming out here And I'm going to pull this thing up so you guys can see it here. And that is, again, from the East Oak Company. And it is their dome heater. So the same exact thing that this one is. All the cool waterproofing, IP65 rating, 1500 watt power. It's only got 2 heat levels. But this one, they're actually sending this out to me, is going to be a better fit for my gazebo and has a remote control capability. Now they can use it if you've got a screened porch. My sister has a screened porch. She would die to have some nice heat out there. This would work out really well. Does have that radiant element if you've ever seen those heat dishes, the infrared heat dishes. So it's going to put the heat out exactly where you want it. It is adjustable, this one. So this is the new item in the carousel that I just picked up. So I'm showing you one option from East Oak Company is this, freestanding one that you can get or wall mountable. This one might be the exact thing you want. So this is from East Oak Company, and this is their next gen patio heater. Again, different purposes. I'm thinking this one would work great if you have a patio that doesn't have a roof because it's freestanding, or if you want to mount it to a wall. If you've got a roof like I do in my gazebo, this thing is hot. I'm very excited about getting this and doing an upgrade. So I'm going to do an install video for you of this one coming up. But very excited to show you that, and I wanted to share that with you now. This one is available as well with a $20 coupon, so that brings it down to $179. So heaters are an investment. Definitely wanted to show you that as an option. Maybe you're in Texas like Danny and it's 100 degrees all the time, so you don't have to worry about heat. But up in Seattle, we do. So wanted to share those with you. So that's from the East Oak Company. We're going to move on. We got a couple products remaining here. Those were 2 different heaters that we can look at. I'm taking a quick look here. Oh, Jonathan says maybe you can do a tool review on a screwdriver I just purchased a couple weeks ago. You know what's funny is the Fantic screwdriver, one of my favorites. This guy right here. Again, I've been using this constantly. It was on super duper sale. $38 for this one. So I might have to take a look at yours, Jonathan, see what we think. I don't know if it can compare to this one, but yeah, the Fantic screwdriver, one of my favorites. And I actually bought a couple for some friends. We'll see when they get them what they're thinking. But we're going to skip over to the next product, and it's from a company that I have been enamored with for a while, and that's Anker. So Anker sent me this out. They sent me this with a couple other cool items that they have coming up that they wanted me to share with you. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to close my backdrop off there. So that is from East Oak. We're switching over to the next product, which is from Anker. I needed some outdoor tunes, right? And I was really worried that the sound on this TV would be garbage because, let's face it, the sound on most TVs is garbage. So I was looking around for some solutions there. I'm going to bring the box up here. Anker sent this thing out to me, and the ways that I can use this thing are going to be endless. I'm super excited about it. So this is their Trance Go. This is a heavy-duty wireless Bluetooth speaker. So again, you're used to that from their Soundcore brand, which Anker Soundcore, if you know much, this is an incredible value brand. They bring a lot of cool technology into the audio space. I'm just turning it on right now. You're probably going to hear echoes and stuff. It's pinging my phone. And now it's connected to my phone. Now it's connected to my other phone. And so yeah, it does connect to multiple devices. That's one of the things I noticed. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I've got the old artlist.io. Let's see if I can find some royalty-free music that we can test this thing with. So again, from Anker Soundcore, lots of cool features in it. I don't know the size of the driver on this thing. Let me show you on the side camera. Look at that thing. So again, I've got a 1-foot ruler right here. It's basically with the handle about a foot tall. So a little over 11 inches tall if you measure with that. And has a handle built into it, 100% waterproof. You can drop this thing in the ocean, pick it back up, you can kick it around. Super cool to have if you're a beach goer, a boater, or you live in Seattle like I do. So let me go ahead and pull this up real fast. You know what? I actually had my other phone already logged in. I'll tell you, it's a day already. So this phone is already logged in. I'm going to go ahead and get down here to the art list. And I'm going to see if I can play something cool. Ooh, let's see. Alex Grohl has some cool stuff. So probably sounds like garbage over my microphone, but totally has that room filling sound capability that you get from Bose and others. Couple things that are neat about it. It's got an app. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Soundcore app here. Let me know if that music's too loud or if it's interfering. Transco, there we go. Got it on the outdoor mode for the EQ. I can change that to indoor, so tempered down a little bit. Now, if I want to, I can turn the bass boost on, which Alex Grohl, he has lots of bassy tracks. So there's a button on top here. All the features are available on top of the unit as well. So you don't have to bring the app with you, but if you want fine grain control, there's all the features on the top. So you got volume. You also have play pause, so that if you hit the Soundcore logo, it's going to pause it. You're going to have a bunch of other features. You have your bass up and down. You can actually link these things. So if I was to compare it, it's very much like a bookshelf speaker, probably very similar to my Mackie CR4s over there in size. Definitely has the weight, and I'll tell you there's a trick on why it weighs so dang much. If you switch it around here to the back, we open this very gasketed cover. There's your recharging. So it's going to have USB-C for recharging, USB-A as well here, and it's going to have auxiliary input. But this is the world's biggest power bank. So you basically just unlocked, if you're going to the beach, instead of carrying a power bank and this and that, you literally just bring this. You can set your phone up, plug it to it, and it'll charge your phone while you're listening. Additionally, maybe you need to have a big party, like apparently these guys are doing in that picture. You can actually connect multiple of them. So you see here, you've got two. You can connect up to 100 of these Soundcore devices together. So this one's 50 watts of power, which again, I think that's RMS. I would have to say it'd be amazing if it was. So 50 watts of power capability here, and the ability to link up to 100 of these together. So very, very cool on that. Very excited. Let me pull up Soundcore's page here because I want to show that to you guys. I want to make sure I have the right product pulled up here as well. It is $119, which, again, if you've been shopping, there are not a lot of speakers in this price range that have all those capabilities. 100% waterproofing, customizable EQ, so if you want to have that. Huge battery life, 24 hours of battery life with the ability to sync 100 of these. I know I'm taking this on my boat. All of the boat speakers that we have are just tiny and they never work right. This thing I can take on the boat to the beach, take it to the campsite, take it everywhere. And I've also carried the world's largest battery bank with me as well. So it's saying that it's IPX7 rated. So again, we've been looking at many, many different products together today, and all of the different products have had different ratings. IPX7 is one of the higher ratings there. It's way past splash resistance, way past, occasional, rain. This is drop it in the ocean and it'll come back to you kind of thing. So let me pull up that real quick. There's the Amazon page. I'm going to pull up a couple things about it. There's some of the pictures. 98 dB, I think, is close to a jet engine, so it definitely has that capability. Hey, welcome, Boston Butterfly. Says evening, Boston Butterfly. Thanks for checking in on the Amazon there. This is John the Net Guy. If you're just joining, we're taking a look at from Anker Soundcore, their Trance Go series. So very cool capability. It's a rechargeable wireless speaker and charging bank for your phone, which is really cool. It has the IQ charging, sync up to 100 speakers, 24 hours extended battery life. This is one of my favorite pictures of that. Look at that, fully waterproof. So if you've got kids that are rough on things, the IPX, the X is the dust intrusion rating, so they don't have a dust rating, which is fine, but it's going to be very durable if you've got kids. So let me know if this is something that interests you in there, if this is something that you could use for your family. I definitely was excited to see this. Now, I'll be doing a little bit more testing on this and probably tell you more about it. Let me go ahead and do the quick unboxing video so you can see what you're going to get in it. It's pretty straightforward. I also have some examples of when I was using it. So let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys real quick. So there is the box when it's brand new. I've started to do this more and more. Let me know if you like this format. It's just a lot easier than trying to unbox, and I can talk I can tell you, I can take a drink of water. I'm not racing through these. So going to have your USB-C charging cable, instructions, and guess what? That's about it. That's all you have to do. From an assembly perspective, it comes fully assembled, again, being waterproof. They don't want you to have to plug or do anything that way. One of the drawbacks on these, it doesn't look like it has a user replaceable battery, so you're kind of limited in there. But knowing the battery technologies and how good Soundcore has been on all their devices, I don't think that's going to be a problem unless you use this thing every day for, 5 years or more. Then you might run into charge cycles. But definitely exciting, very cool thing for summer use. I thought that was really cool. I'm going to show you a quick example here of using it in the outdoor area. There we go. So this is how you set it up. This was actually me in my outdoor gazebo setting it up with the TV. So a lot of these new TVs can actually have Bluetooth output. So the Smart Fire TV here is going to have Bluetooth output. I attached it to the speaker. I hope my audio doesn't get me copyrighted here. It is giving me a warning about Wi-Fi because the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi use the same frequencies. But I was actually able to go load up the Rings of Power, play it back here the other night. And, like I said, the TV has such phenomenal audio, it wasn't much of a difference. But it definitely was able to do this, which is kind of cool. So you can actually play out of this. So maybe if you wanted the audio a little bit closer to you, you could put it closer to you, lower volume. You don't have to blast out the neighborhood. But if you do want to blast out the neighborhood, 98 dB of sound coming from the Soundcore Trance Go. Very excited about this. Adding it on Bluetooth, super duper easy. Hold down the Bluetooth. It's going to do an audio sound and it's blinking. So you're going to hear it. Hopefully you'll see that. So it's blinking on top there, and now anybody in my house can attach it, which is really kind of cool. So if you got guests that come over, very easily just hit the button, say go ahead and find it and add your phone to it, and then they can start playing as well. It does have that convenient carry strap, and there are, just pushing the power to turn it off. There's little power indicators right on the top here. If I can show you that when I turn it on. Goes. So there's the 3 out of 4. And to be honest, I haven't charged this thing since I got it. Probably should have, but it's been great. I literally plugged this thing in. Oh, and I can hear it connecting to all my devices again. So it does remember what it was connected to, gets connected right back right away and keeps going. So very cool. Thank you guys for joining. Again, this is John the Net Guy. I did show you a little bit about the GoTrax GXL. I don't want you guys to forget that. So I'm just going to pull this up real quick. If you want to be entered for the drawing on the GoTrax, again, October 11th, going to be a huge day for the show. We're giving away nearly a $400 item. Let me pull up the GoTrax in the carousel. I have it right here. Hey, Serene, somebody's going to win this thing. And I want it to be you because why not? GoTrax was a great sponsor of the show to send this thing out. I'm going to show you the GXL V2. This is the actual model that you can win just for watching. How cool is that, right? So this is the model. I showed it a little bit earlier. There's a little delay. It's funny. I'm watching the thing coming in on delay. This is a commuter scooter. So this is not your kids, other scooter. Their, what am I thinking? Razor. This is not their Razor. This is going to have the laptop style batteries, not those big heavy lead acid ones. It's going to have a 15.5 mile an hour top speed. Very, very cool. Made from a U.S. company, and the GoTrax is in the Texas area, and it's made by Tao Motors, actually, that it creates this. But they've made over 1 million commuter scooters and other electric devices. They make e-bikes, they make hoverboards, they make all sorts of cool stuff. So a very long history. Very, very safe device. That's the other thing. So wear a helmet always, as I mentioned, but this is something that you can literally commute with you. I showed you before on a dedicated show that you can actually stand with this thing on the bus and you're taking up just about the same footprint. So very excited. If you haven't already, make sure you sign up for this because this is the unit that's being given away here. October 11th. Make sure you check back in and very much make sure that you're already following. Because when I go live, and I might go live 10 minutes late again like I did today, when I go live, I want you to be ready to hop on there and watch that show. So definitely sign up at thenetguy.com/GoTrax. That's where you can sign up for the giveaway. and we will only use that information just to give the product away. So we're not going to spam you or do anything crazy like that. This has been John the Net Guy. I want to thank all of you guys that showed up. Jonathan Talks Hardware is bringing it home here. He's sending me messages right and left. Thank you, Jonathan, for tuning in. I know it's later on your coast than it is here. I will be doing another show next Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. So thank you guys all for tuning in. I will be catching you guys all in the next one.